Before they run down the hill at Clemson, they touch Howard's rock. Only if they're ready to go, because if they're not, as Frank Howard himself said, keep your stinking hands off my rock. Death Valley in Clemson, South Carolina, home to the Tigers. And boy, do we have a fun one ahead. Top 10 team, target on their back, going on their road and right into the snake pit. As we'll see the number 3 team in the country, the Oregon Ducks, taking on another team from the ACC, the Clemson Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. The Ducks will put total leather and we'll get started. He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Offense set on first down. From the gun, the running back has it. Finds some space, enough to get 5 to the 22.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. You just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for you.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll give it to the back. He's stuffed after picking up 1 to the 23.
And these defensive tackles just eat people. They swallow human beings when you get near them. They're so big, so strong. When those guys, those running backs come in, they just need a mid. They put 1 mid on a running back, and he usually falls to the ground just because of their sheer mass and strength.
They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. And the defense knew exactly where that first down line was, and they stopped him short.
4th down coming up.
So the last thing you want to do is start the game, first drive, go 3 and out. They won't do that here. They might go 4 and out, but they'll try to convert here. Motion from the offense. On 4th down, they'll run it, looking for the first. He is tackled, but it'll be a fresh set of downs. Do you think that was a straight go, or they just sort of went with gut feel as to whether the defense was going to relax on that 4th and 1?
I don't know, but I know this. As a coach, I'm not giving a lot of freedom for gut will on their own side of the field if we're going to go for it on 4th down. I think they probably understood. Listen, it's 4th and 1. I like our chances to get 1 yard, and they went for it, and by the way, they got it.
Handoff from the gun. Finds enough room to get 3 out to the 34.
I like feeding my guy. I like getting my running back touches, feeding the ball so he can break some of those big runs. But I'm also okay with these little ones. Set the tone, stay balanced.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Leaves it with the running back. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore. How bold will they be on 3rd down after that last run? Right back to the well. Fights off a defender. And they're able to get a third down stop here. See if they go for it on fourth.
Now, a fourth down.
And the offense stays on the field on 4th and 1. I'm not sure they're just trying to make the defense jump. I believe they think they can get it. Wide receiver now comes in motion. On 4th down, flexing that muscle in the run game. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on down.
Well, here's a classic sudden change situation early in the game. And we're going to see a few of these as the game goes on, but with the defense getting that stop on 4th down in their opponent territory, the offense now has an opportunity to come out here and maybe take a shot in this sudden change situation, see if they can catch the defense napping.
Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Man, that D tackle is a freak athlete. Did you see him come out of his stance and beat the offensive lineman, getting to the running back? Cat-like quickness.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. With jet sweep pass. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the first down. And the Ducks want to pick up the tempo.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
Line getting set on 2nd down. Little touch pass to the receiver. Defense there to stop him at the 20. Let's give him 3 yards on that carry. This crowd knows they have to bring it in big moments, and one of those has arrived. Looking downfield, it's Amatova. Good timing on the quick out. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it 1st and goal. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. He's right on target. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Ducks! The AT unit on the field. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they finished things off with an 8-yard toss for the score. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Here's the return from inside his 10. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the 2nd quarter.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Oregon 7, Clemson 0.
First down to start the drive after the break. The give to the back. Into a massive giant bodies. We'll call it a 1-yard gain to the 24.
Brings up 2nd down.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. Moves away as he feels pressure. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a 3rd down.
Nice job by the defense there, taking all throws away from the quarterback. He had nowhere to put that football in the field to play, so that ball obviously had to go out of bounds.
Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Oh, he loves to fire downfield.
Yeah, you can tell the timing wasn't great, and quarterback and receiver not on the same page, but when you're going to miss, don't miss towards the DB. You definitely want to miss out towards the sideline so you don't get yourself in trouble.
Gets the first one of the day out of there. He ought to be fresh. They only used him twice in that victory last week. Slips through the line. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. And David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop, Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
After the short completion, it's now second down. One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? But if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A-game for this one. They've circled this one all off-season, so they better be ready to bring it today, David.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
The Ducks will snap it on 1st and 10. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. And the runner is down, and so is a flag. They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. First down here for the offense. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Quarterback will keep it. And maybe they want to try somewhere else because there is nothing doing in the middle of this defense.
As a quarterback, you've got to know in this area of the field, it's tough to throw, right? The windows, they open and close so quickly when you get down to the red zone. What helps you is running the football, but that's tough today because you're going up against one of the top 25 defenses stopping the run.
Let's see what they've got on second down. From the shotgun, they'll run it. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain.
And the running back didn't get much there. Nice job by the defense. You can tell they're focused in on this running back, on this run game, being physical, getting knockbacks, and limiting his carries.
On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. He's got his man. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker.
That wide receiver on the outside is dangerous. When you're playing zone coverage, it's really hard because you're not chasing him. You can't really get hands on him. You got to make sure you send more guys his direction. Maybe slide those linebackers toward that wide receiver so you got a little more help on the outside.
Now on 4th down, they'll try to come away with 3. Right down the boulevard. It's good. And now the lead is extended a little further.
And 3 more on the board, and this kicker is starting to get a reputation starting off the season. Hasn't missed yet. Nice to have a guy that you can really, really depend on.
No reason to risk trying to field that one as it skips through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Getting late here in the first half, they'll have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And the offensive play caller here has to really be dialed in. It's important, down 2 possessions, David, that they're able to score some points. So you got to call your best stuff in this 2-minute situation.
And such a good opportunity to cut into a one-score game, create that momentum, get some good juices going for the second half, because obviously, you know, you built yourself a little bit of a deficit. You need some good things to happen, and it needs to happen on this possession.
Now the quarterback changing the original play call. He's looking to throw. The quick out. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
I love the anticipation on that throw by the QB on the out route. You got to throw it before the receiver comes out of his break. Nice work.
Shotgun snap on 3rd down. He'll fire to his right. Fires and picked off. Didn't really have room to operate on the return, but he hands him the ball at the 32.
And that's just excellent coverage. Man, cover 1, nowhere to throw the football. Look at everybody playing man across the board, and you still got the safety in the middle of the field. Nobody open, and if I'm the QB, man, I don't need to force it. I don't force it into tight windows if it's not there. He throws it, unfortunately, gets the interception. Bad decision by the QB there.
It's a runs like that that can really help your field position as they're up at the 35. Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. Dropping back, it's Amatova. Quickly complete. Just finds that little crevice, and he's still up. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down. New set of downs after that completion. Wide receiver shows motion. They go to the ground. At the 35, he's loose. Running toward the tape. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Oregon! They want to finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here in this Week 11 performance.
Huge play. It's so nice to have guys that can create these explosive plays like this. You hand it to him, he can do the rest. Look at the speed. Look at the elusiveness. Get to the end zone. Nice run.
Clemson, 0.
What kind of field position can he help them with on the return? And the return man has no place to run, no place to hide, and a place to be tackled. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be conservative. We're a little bit down. Listen, I just think this is a...
And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Oh, the offense very fortunate to fall on that football.
Well, the offense is able to avoid disaster right there. Problem is they fumbled it, but thankfully they were able to jump back on and not have a turnover.
Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. On 2nd down, looking again to throw. They're bringing heat. Feeling the heat as he lets it go. Snags it on the right. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
He finds his man. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. They get to him as he throws. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
Well, the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
They couldn't make the connection on second down. Now a 3rd and 7 to keep the drive alive. They'll go to the ground. Bulls his way forward. Kept it on the ground on 3rd down. Picked up 5 yards, but it'll still be 4th and 1. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Couldn't find his man, and they'll give up the football on down.
Love the coverage on defense there. 4th down, they're ready for the pass. And you saw in the back end, great job being in position to make that play. And now their offense is coming on the field.
Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Some early movement along the offensive line, and they'll walk it back. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. First down here for the offense. The give to the back. Still on his feet at the 45. They'll get him down at the 48 after the 15-yard gain.
That's a first down for the offense.
Defense not showing press coverage. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. Ready to start the second half, and Clemson will kick it away. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. First play from scrimmage, and they'll keep it on the ground. Oh, the pirouette. He is smashing people. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
Yeah, defensively, you better be ready to run east and west when you're playing against this offense and their running game. That time, the offense was able to outflank the defense to the right side for a big play.
At the 45 on his way. And he breaks into the open. Touchdown, Ducks! And the pummeling has started.
I love the execution on that play. Great blocking up front just to get the ball carrier an opportunity in the second level of the defense. And then at that point, it was make a guy miss and use the speed. That was a perfectly executed play.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. On the move from inside his 5. Oh, my goodness, he's still moving. And the returner will be knocked down. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. They face a pretty tall mountain here, Jesse, down 24, but if they're going to climb it, this is a good time to start.
Sense of urgency's got to be big right here. You just get the feeling at this point of the game, David, they've got to score on this drive. Obviously, their defense needs to get stops, but at this point, offensively, they've got to execute much better.
They got to be super aggressive. Down 24, you're going to need 3 touchdowns, 3 two-point conversions, everything to kind of go your way. So fast and throwing the football.
They'll run play action. Throws for the tight end. He's got an open man. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down.
And David, I know there's a part of you that wonders what if had you played tight end. You and I have been out in the field pregame before. We've been spinning it around with your athleticism. I know you wonder what it would have been like to go make plays like that.
I tell you what, I do wonder what if now, Jesse, because now you can't hit these guys. You're not allowed to hit them high, all the targeting. Like, if you're a big body guy with good hands, you can go make a lot of money.
And the defense gets to the quarterback.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and then can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play action attempt.
Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust. And he rifled in that pass, but it's incomplete.
You can't rest on your laurels as a quarterback. We know how much success he had last game when he completed over 70% of his throws. This game, though, he's just a little bit off. At times he looks like he's pressing. He hasn't been overly accurate. That's a reason why he's completing somewhere around 50% of his passes.
Complete, out of the backfield, looking for the sticks.
Loses 2. Now, 4th down.
Facing this double-digit deficit here in the second half, almost a no-brainer to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Takes a hit as he releases it and just spiked it right into the ground.
There's not many play calls on the sheet to score a bunch of points really quickly, so you got to go for it here. I like the aggressiveness, but this offense continues to miss the mark, and they just got to score more points. They got to do better, right, Palmer? That's expert analysis. They got to do better.
He's brought down at the 3rd and 4. Brings up 2nd down.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Now on the option. He'll pitch it. And they just didn't get anybody on that defense out of position, and they will lose yardage on that one.
And sometimes for the defense, it just takes one play, right, to create some momentum. Obviously, this guy's been eating them up. He's got over 100 yards rushing on the day. But finally, David, they get something positive here in the run game defensively.
But you kind of know that coming in. He's going to get his. Such a great back, and he's had a great day. Need to put more plays together like that right there.
That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down. The Ducks will call on their punt team. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Gets off his first one of the day. He was called on 5 times in the victory last week. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. There have been a couple of missed opportunities for these offenses in the last couple of drives, Jesse.
And I think for this offense here, it'd be nice to hit an explosive play, be aggressive, and really pay off your defense's effort that last drive.
And instead of having to move the ball down the field consistently and then getting stopped on 4th downs, you're right. Create some of those explosives. Take those deep shots. Make those big plays.
They'll line up for a 2nd down play. Quarterback checking off. On 2nd down, they'll take to the air. A little release to the back. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. They were able to get the ball to the running back in space, but that space just evaporated.
And a great job by the defense, man. It's tough to get those guys on the ground. They're so used to having the football as running backs and making plays and being dynamic. So usually one guy not going to get him to the ground. You want many guys swarming to the football, trying to get that elusive guy on the ground.
He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And he makes the grab at the 20. And they pick up a better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down. The entire complexion of this possession changed on that one play. Now they've got it 1st and 10 inside the 20. The give to the tailback. Fights his way ahead. They get him down after a pickup of 3. They'll mark it at the 12.
Brings up 2nd down.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. They'll leave it with him. Able to pick up a couple before he's knocked down. They mark it at the 10.
The big defensive tackles in the middle, they're not always the best pass rushers, but they are strong, and I say country strong. They put their hands on you, you feel it. They lock people out on the line of scrimmage. They create separation.
Just plowing down the field. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers!
And I think he does a really good job here. Dropping back to pass, surveying the field, sees he's got some open space out wide, dump it to your playmaker. Your running back takes the football. He does the rest. Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the field, making a play.
Try to barge their way in. Push down for the tackle.
And these decisions to go for two, you see more and more of it throughout a game, chasing points. And then in the end, you wonder if this just comes back to bite you.
Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a first down. And the Ducks are in the hurry-up.
And a first down for the offense.
Got the first down, looking for more. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down.
That's the end of the third quarter of play. With the score, Oregon 24, Clemson 6.
They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. Give to the running back. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
They're just trying to flex the muscle. They get him down at the 34 after a pickup of 4.
I think you run that play on second down knowing it's going to make third down easy. You're not trying to hit a home run. You don't need the big play right now. Now you know third down, everything's on the table, everything's available, high success rate.
Really nice job to convert that third down, and they've got it at the 33.
Well, they came into this game today knowing that this guy was going to have to leave his mark in this one, toting the rock, and he's done that. He's come up with some big plays, and he continues to do that here late at a juncture where they've got to continue running it if they're going to win.
The Ducks have it with a 1st and 10. That pass is incomplete.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on first down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
He works his way down to the 30-yard line before he stopped a gain of 3. 3rd and long from the 30-yard line in this defense, hoping to knock them out of field goal range. Looking to throw, it's Amatova. Trying to get to it. On target over the middle. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there in a similar situation with a lead like this. They'd definitely be running the ball at this point. They'd probably take their starting quarterback out of the game potentially, but not this unit. They are still staying aggressive. They're still taking shots. They're just trying to light up the scoreboard.
Able to get one down to the 15.
Picks up 1. Brings up 2nd down.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. DB's right up on the receivers. Fast motion from the offense. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
Offense will take that. Free 5 yards every time. Bad discipline by the defense.
That penalty's the last thing this defense needed. Now it's 2nd and 4. He's looking to throw. And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands.
It doesn't matter who it is, receivers, in this case, a tight end. You get open, you sometimes start to look at that green space in front of you, and you just take your eye off the football, lose your concentration a little bit, and miss that opportunity for possibly a big play.
Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. They'll run the ball. The clock is on their side. And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chains.
And they've had a day. And it's the complete and total offense. They got the ground going, and obviously this is why you see him. You're going to feature him because he can churn those legs, get those extra yards, but they've had balance, throwing for touchdowns. Like, this offense has been very complete today, and that's why they're winning so big.
Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. Touchdown, Oregon! And the punishment has been extended. That score will give them a little more room to operate here in the 4th quarter as they go for their 6th straight win. And he made that extra point, the wet turf, no problem at all. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. Looking to go up top on 1st down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
And listen, the defense playing really conservative, right? You got the lead, but here's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get sacks. I got to get to the quarterback. Like, I got to make sure I'm getting him, knocking him off the spot. Padding my stats, by the way. Got a lot of sacks late in games, and we had to...
He's going to let it go. Pass on the way. It's picked off. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Heat up them pass rushers, bring in them DBs. That's what I'm doing in this situation. When I got the lead by a couple scores late in the ball game in the 4th quarter, I'm going to rush the passer like crazy. I'm going to put all those DBs back playing the pass. That's what happened. Great job understanding they're going to have to take shots. We get the interception. This one's almost perfect.
Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line. 9-yard pickup on 1st down, and now they can take a shot on 2nd and short. Looking for a crease. It's DeMarco. And he's down at the 41. That's a 1st down.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride. They want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the 1st.
Here comes the option. Oh, and he can't hold the pitch, and the ball's loose. They recover their own fumble. How in the world did the offense avoid that disaster?
Well, ball security doesn't just apply to running backs and receivers. QB's got to keep 2 hands on the ball as well. And they're very lucky after that fumble that the offense jumped on.
Back to throw. It's Amatova. And they got him. They'll get him down for the sack.
Strong safety blitzes can sometimes be hard to see coming from a quarterback standpoint because we're used to seeing the strong safeties insert themselves into the box, but you don't oftentimes see them blitz like that.
And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
And this offense has had a great day, and they've put some big plays together. But the last two plays, man, getting a little complacent. They got to protect their quarterback. That's back-to-back sacks. The offensive line has to do a better job.
And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. It has been a rather forgettable day that's finally coming to a close, David.
Yeah, it's been an awful day. I mean, just not functioning well on offense, defense giving up a lot of points. This is a day, Palmer, they'll like to forget.
Yeah, you're going to find out a lot about their character right now. Obviously, not what they hoped this would be, and that's demoralizing for a lot of these kids that have worked really hard in practice all week. But at this point here, you're just trying to...
And it's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Tigers. Reeled it in and just made the house call.
And a nice touchdown. Continue to fight, continue to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense. Continue to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
And he tacked on the extra point. Undeterred by this huge deficit in the last half minute, they'll line up for the onside kick. And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it.
And this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time. When you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. What a feeling this has to be, David, in complete control and headed toward victory formation.
Yeah, no stress, under a couple minutes left in the ball game, well in hand. These are the ones, Jesse, you like to just run the clock, take a knee, whatever you want.
No doubt. They're going to love watching this game film, too. There's just so many positives to take away from this, and this is the kind of performance today that is really going to help this offense's confidence.
And while they could run victory formation, you also have to think about padding those stats. The kick is good, and the offense has 3 points to show for the drive. And now the lead is even bigger.
And he knocks another one through. And how about this kicker? Good way to start off your season, right? Like, what do you have at the spot? Sometimes you don't know. Can he make those kicks? Starting off, hasn't missed one yet. Been very dependable for this squad.
After this, it'll be a wrap. Defense trying to keep this offense from getting a line on who to block. He wants to throw. He wants a big play here late. Wait till the final whistle. It falls incomplete, and that's the ball game. They won the game today. That's 2 in a row. If they win the next one, it's called a winning streak. It's been done before.
And we're seeing the identity of this team come into fruition. You just get the sense they're finding out who they are, what they're about, what they're going to do schematically, and who their big playmakers are.
Which is tough to do, right? It's tough to grow throughout a season and understand who you are. But when you stack wins week after week on top of each other and start to have success, you start to grow as an identity and you start to understand who you are.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.